like your number one fan, number one fan, number one fan. Na, 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 na.
Hey everybody, what's up? You're watching Makeup Rules with me, the Real King Bob. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about exfoliating face brushes. When I mention exfoliating face brush, the first thing that comes to mind to me is the Clarisonic. This Clarisonic that I currently use is the Mia 2. The Mia 2 I feel like is one of their most popular style brushes. Technically with these Clarisonics, the Mia 1 or the Mia 2 is essentially all you really need. The Mia 2 consists of 2 speeds. Turn on the brush, it pulsates. After about 20 seconds, it'll vibrate, and then do another 20 seconds, and then it'll vibrate again for 10 seconds, and then for 10 seconds, which is essentially you want to use it for 20 seconds on your forehead and nose, 20 seconds on your nose, mouth, and chin, 10 seconds on your cheek, 10 seconds on your cheek, and then you're done. It does have 2 speeds. I never use the second speed unless I have like a ton of facial hair and I just used a mask or something, or I have a lot of product on my skin. Then I'll use the higher speed. But technically you could really use the 1 speed, which then you can essentially get the Mia 1, which is a 1 speed, and you'd be good to go. The Mia 2 does come with a variety of brush heads, depending on what style when you purchase, what limited edition package they have, or anything like that. Typically, if you get the Mia 2, it does come with the sensitive brush head, which is the white with the little black ring. The brush I love the best with my Clarisonic is the Luxe brush. As you can see, it has longer bristles, some short dense ones, and then some softer, longer, more flimsy one. This is an anti-aging cleansing brush. For the simple fact, the bristles are a little more of a no tug. It allows you to get closer to the more sensitive areas on your face without a lot of damaging tugging to the skin. They also make a men's brush head. The men's brush head has shorter, more dense bristles, specifically made for rougher, more textured skin or facial hair. The men's brush will allow you to exfoliate deeper into the skin around hair to ultimately prevent ingrowns. The second set of brushes that I'm going to talk about are by a little company called Sanrio, and they are the Hello Kitty facial brush. This Hello Kitty facial brush comes in the standard white Hello Kitty, and then also comes in a limited edition black, which does have 24 karat gold plated on the bow as well as the body of the brush. The Hello Kitty brush is more of a manual exfoliation because it is not battery powered, does not pulsate or vibrate in any way. It does come in a little packaging like this with the bristles here, which are super soft on your skin. The bristles themselves are actually 0.005 millimeters, which is smaller than your pore. So that can actually get into your pore to really remove the dirt, oil, debris, dead skin, and makeup without damaging your skin or causing too much exfoliation irritation. What's cool about this too is it does have a little area that can slide down to allow you to put the cap back on. And it also is ventilated, so all the water will run out and drip down. And these bristles are also infused with vitamin C. Currently, I have been using the black one, and you can see with the bristles here, they still are soft. Every time you use it on your skin with your cleanser, it still feels the same. The only thing is it does take a while to dry. So I was a little worried about like bacteria or anything like that in the brush, just because it really does take a long while for the actual brush to dry. And these are just super adorable. The last exfoliating face brush isn't a brush at all, it's actually a sponge. This is the EcoTools Charcoal Cognac Sponge. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. It's either cognac or konjac, but it's basically like a potato. It is made out of, I guess, like the vegetable fiber, which grows in warm climates in like Southeast Asia, Korea, and Japan. This sponge, when you get it, does come a lot smaller and harder. It's extremely firm, and you actually wet the sponge and it grows and becomes super moist like this. And all you do is just put your cleanser on it and go ahead and buff the cleanser around on your skin and exfoliate. I do like to take this rounder side of it and pull it down around the sides of my nose, different things like that. But I do love this, and it is made out of bamboo charcoal, so it will draw out impurities in the skin as well. This is one that I mostly use every single day. They do have a plain one that is just the cognac sponge, but I do like the charcoal one. It does get those little extra impurities. I will say with the sponge, to make sure not to wring it out, you want to squeeze it out after you use it and let it sit somewhere flat to dry. If you don't, it could get a little deformed depending on where you have it sitting. You want to keep it in the same place till it dries so that it does stay the way it looks. As well as by not wringing it, you run the chance of not ripping it, because if you do wring it, you will possibly tear it. So give it a couple squeezes. And I would say this should last you about like a month to 3 months depending on how often you use it, but you can tell when it's time to throw it out. And with these sponges, really any cleanser will work. I use a gel cleanser, a foaming cleanser, a cream cleanser. Just stay away from anything with exfoliating beads or exfoliants in it. You want to just use a basic cleanser. Purity cleanser from Philosophy is great. Also, Exuviance has a gel cleanser as well as a acne cleanser that is also a gel, and a foaming cleanser that work fantastic with either the Clairsonic, the Hello Kitty manual exfoliators, and the Eco Tools cognac sponge. I will say that using a manual exfoliation tool will benefit your skin phenomenally. I will also say that you want to make sure that you use it on a regular basis. If you do stop in between, there are great chances that your skin will purge any unnecessary blockage that it does have, and you will break out. So create a routine and stick with it. It is a lot easier. In the beginning, you might have a little bit of a hard time remembering, but if you have multiple types of tools in different locations, whether by your sink, in your shower, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to use them, and it will make such a difference, I promise. Make sure to check out therealkingbob.com, where I've included some new features, like the Royal Court, where I've included the who's who of makeup, art, food, jewelry, fashion, culture, and more. Every so often I'm going to feature somebody from these categories, as well as their online shop. If you have an online shop that you want featured on the Royal Court, shoot me an email at bobby@therealkingbob.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's episode of Makeup Rules with me, The Real King Bob. And don't forget to subscribe to Wow Presents. Like what you see? Stay tuned for next week's episode of Makeup Rules with The Real King Bob. Don't forget to subscribe